go. Come on. All right, here we go. Yes.
Are we gonna be able to get our tests?
Again? Did you take it? When did you take it? You know, I didn't grade it yet, so I'll probably grade it today, soon. Yeah. All right. Okay. So it's in this box. I didn't get to look at it this week. So, all right. Here we go. Number one. I'll probably grade during advisory real quick. It should be done. All right. Just factor again. Factor. So it is x minus 3, x plus 3, all over x minus 3. Right? This is the f of x. Cancel. Okay, so now all you have to do is just graph the f of x is equal to x plus 3. Okay, not too bad, right? All right, so if we graph x plus 3, remember y equals mx plus b, right? The m is the 1, the b is the y-intercept. So if you graph 1, 2, and 3 right here, that's our first point. You go up 1 over 1. This is you're just graphing a line going this way. All right. And then notice that you canceled out the x minus 3. Okay, so there's a hole where x is equal to 3, x minus 3 is equal to 0, x is equal to 3. There's a hole here. And so you have to go to 1, 2, 3. And at this point right here, this is where the hole is right there. All right. If you did that, you're good. All right, that should have been one of the easier problems. That's how you got, a lot of you guys got ones based on this problem here. So we should be good. All right. Number 2. Here we go. I'm gonna try to speed this up, but if we factor 18 and it's been 9 and 2, but you can't cancel anything, correct? So if you cancel, it's like, well, let's go y is equal to x plus 9, x plus 2 over, you can't really cancel anything here. All right, so there's no use in, there's no canceling, there's no holes or anything like that. So no holes right here, none. So from here, you look up for the vertical asymptote. The vertical asymptote is going to be whatever makes the denominator 0. So x is equal to -1/2. So the vertical asymptote, let's go in increments of 2 here. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. This will be -1, -2, -3, so on and so forth. If I go -1/2, it's going to be, I'm going to draw this red portion right here. This is the asymptote right here. Okay. All right. Horizontal asymptote, there's none. Why? Because the power on top is bigger than the power on the bottom. However, there's going to be a slant. How do you know there's a slant? Because the power on top is 1 above the power on the bottom. Okay, a lot of you guys had trouble with this. The long division, 2x plus 1. And then remember, do it in standard form, divided by x squared plus 11x plus 18. All right, just real quickly, this will be what, 1/2 x. This will be what, 2, so it'll be x squared, and this will be what, plus 0.5 or 1/2 x, right? And so what happens here, this subtract, this is negative. So this is what, 10.5 x plus 8, 18. So what number times 2x equals 10.5? That is 5.25. Okay, that's all we really need. We only just need this part right here. Everything else doesn't really matter because we got the line. Okay, so if we go 5 and if we go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a quarter like right here. You go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, something like that. It'll be like right here. So this will be your slant asymptote right here. Or is it negative? That's positive, right? Okay. Yeah. This is right. Is it a minus 5.25? It's plus, right? Okay. So this is it. Okay. All right. And then if you plugged in the numbers here, what should it look like? Let's just okay, if you plug in numbers, I don't have time. But if you plugged in numbers here, let's go with this. We go Desmos right here. Graphing calculator. Try to make sure you just plug in numbers. Y is equal to x squared plus 11x plus 18 divided by 2x plus 1. Okay, notice the asymptotes. X equals negative 1 over 2. Y equals 1 over 2 x plus 5.25. If you zoom out on this thing, it should look something like this. Okay. Cool. All right. Number 3. Just gonna try to just jam through this a little bit. Sorry. All right. Number 3 is where's my. All right. So we have 2x plus 2 and x minus 1. So it'll be 2, factor it out, x plus 1 over x plus 1, x minus 1. You cancel, so it ends up becoming 2. The new equation is 2x minus 1 with a whole at x plus 1, right? Equals 0. All right. So from that point on, here we go. Let's graph this. Let's graph this equation. Vertical asymptote is at 1. Actually, I just do here. Vertical asymptote's at 1. Here's 1. All right. Horizontal asymptote is what? That y equals 0, right? Because the power on the bottom is bigger than the power on top. So the horizontal asymptote is that y equals 0. All right. And the y-intercept is where x is equal to 0. So it would be what? 2 over 0 minus 1, which is 2 over negative 1, which is negative 2. So the y-intercept is at negative 2, 1. What do you erase this? One, 2, right? And then what's the x-intercept? The x-intercept is where y is equal to 0. And what? When y is equal to 2 is equal to 0, there is none. Right? And so if you graph this here, if you put in points, you plug in points for x and y, you should get something like this. You should get something like this. With a hole at what? Negative 1. So at negative 1, there should be like a hole right here. Okay, just going fast with this, so sorry. All right, and then the last one, 8 over, and then factor this out, it would be x minus 3, x plus 2. Your vertical asymptotes, I'm just going to go in increments of 1 here. 1, 2, 3. Let me graph these better. These are your x and y axis. And then at 3 and negative 2. Okay. Then those are your vertical asymptotes, your horizontal asymptotes. Power on the bottom is bigger than the power on top. So you will have a y equals 0. And then y-intercept where x is equal to 0. So 8 over 0 minus 3, 0 plus 2, 8 over what this is negative 3 times 2, which is 8 over negative 6, which is 4 over negative 3. So the y-intercept is 0, 4, negative 3, so 1 1/3. So we have right here. Okay. And then the x-intercepts, there is none because 8 is equal to 0. You have to make the numerator equal to 0. There is none. Okay. If you do the table of values, I believe it goes this way, and I think it goes down this way. You have to plug in a lot of points in here. And that should do. Okay. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. All right.